Hello friends, let's start our new topic which is mammary gland, also known as breast. Simply, it is a modified sweat gland which is mainly present in the superficial fascia of our pectoral region. It is found in both sexes, but it is well developed in female during puberty. If it is developed in male, then it is condition which is called as gynecomastia. Let's see its location. It is mainly located in the superficial fascia of pectoral region. Small extension from its supralateral part, which is called an axillary tail of spines, which pierces the deep fascia and extend into axilla through an aperture. The aperture name is foramen of Langer. Then comes to its shape and extent. It is basically a hemispherical bulge and it extends from the lateral border of sternum to the mid-axillary line. Mainly, it is present in the fourth intercostal space. Okay, you can see the diagram. Breast is divided into four compartments: upper outer quadrant, upper inner quadrant, लोअर आउटर क्वाड्रेंट, लोअर इनर क्वाड्रेंट, या हम इधर जो होता है लेटरल या मीडियल का भी नाम ले सकते हैं, जैसे कि अपर लेटरल क्वाड्रेंट, अपर मीडियल क्वाड्रेंट, लोअर मीडियल क्वाड्रेंट and lower lateral quadrant. And you can see the tail of spines, which is called the axillary tail of spines, which pierces the deep fascia. Okay, then comes to the relation of the breast from superficial to deep. We see, first of all, we see the pectoral fascia. We have already studied which is what is pectoral fascia. It is the deep fascia which covering the anterior aspect of the pectoralis major muscle, and then three muscles are also involved, which are pectoralis major, serratus anterior, and external oblique muscle is basically the abdominal muscle. Okay, and then we can see these are the deep relations of the mammary gland. You can easily see the suspensory ligament of Cooper is there, adipose tissue, skin, milk duct, retromammary space, pectoral muscle, intercostal space, pectoral fascia, you can see connective tissue. There are all these things, and in this diagram you can clearly see the three muscles. This first one is the pectoralis major muscle, then lower side is serratus anterior muscle, and this blue one you can see now, this is external oblique muscle. Then comes to the structures. Breasts are made up of three type of structure: skin, stroma, parenchyma. Parenchyma is also known as mammary gland proper. First of all, we will discuss the skin. Skin, we include टू पार्ट्स निपल एंड एरियोला इनटू द स्किन. सबसे पहले हम पढ़ते हैं निपल. निपल, इट इज अ कॉनिकल प्रोजेक्शन which is basically present below the center of the breast. Means that we can say that nipple is present in the fourth intercostal space, contain large amount of smooth muscle fiber, जिसके कारण क्या होती है, हमारी निपल स्टिफ होती है, इरेक्ट होती है एंड फ्लैटन होती है. It is richly innervated by sensory nerve ending. So nipple is the most sensitive part of breast toward tactile localization. Whenever a baby suck the nipple, then it will take a stimulation to her brain, it and it start producing milk. Second part is areola. It is a circular area of pigmented skin around the base of the nipple. It contains modified sebaceous gland, produce oily secretion which help in the lubrication of nipple and areola, that's help in protecting them from drying and cracking. Second part we will study is stroma. Stroma is basically a supporting framework of the breast. It is made up of connective tissue and fat. कनेक्टिव टिश्यू जो होता है वो हमारा कंडेंस होके क्या लिगामेंट बनाता है. स्पेशल लिगामेंट को नाम दिया गया जिसका नाम है हमारा सस्पेंसरी लिगामेंट ऑफ कूपर, विच इज अरेंज्ड इन अ रेडियल फैशन, which makes a contact between the mm, our breast to the pectoral fascia. Then fat form most of the bulk of the breast. Fat is distributed all over the breast except two places, nipple and areola. Okay, you can clearly see the diagrams. See uh, how these are fat. These Ligament of Cooper we will see in next diagram. You can easily see the ligament of Cooper, how they are connected from the mammary lobules to the pectoral fascia and clavipectoral fascia. Okay. Next, third part of the breast is called parenchyma. Parenchyma, it is a glandular tissue of the breast which mainly help in the feeding of the newborn baby. It consists of the 15 to 20 lobes. Lobes are converted into lobules, and lobules are drained to the outside with the help of lactiferous duct. Before the termination, it has a bulginess which is called as lactiferous sinus. Okay, next part, it is arterial supply. It is mainly supplied by three arteries. Internal intercostal arteries. It is pierce the intercostal second, third, and fourth intercostal space. Axillary artery. You have studies that the axillary artery is the main artery of the arm region. Okay, and posterior intercostal arteries also help in the arterial supply. You can see the in this diagram that this is the axillary artery give its lateral thoracic branch, help in the arterial supply, and the internal thoracic artery have the perforating branch from second, third, fourth intercostal space. And you can also see the posterior intercostal arteries. Okay, then we will see the venous drainage. Venous drainage is also the with their corresponding artery, which is axillary vein, internal thoracic vein, and in posterior intercostal vein. Now we will see the nerve supply. It is primarily the somatosensory nerve supply. We have already studied this nerve supply in the nipple region, that it are mostly they are supplied by the sensory innervations. So they are the most sensitive part of the breast, which are stimulated to the tactile stimulation. And next part here, it is very important part, which is the lymphatic drainage of the breast. We studied two parts in it: the lymph node draining the breast and the lymphatics of the breast. First of all, we see the lymph node of the breast. There are five types of lymph node. Axillary lymph node. Axillary lymph node are further divided into anterior, posterior, and central lymph node. Internal mammary nodes, which are along the internal thoracic vessel, which is present in the lateral side, 1 centimeter lateral side of the sternum. Supraclavicular node, which is above the clavicle. Posterior intercostal node, which is lying in the posterior part of the intercostal space, and the cephalic node lying along deltopectoral groove. You can easily see in this diagram different types of nodes which are present. You can see that this is internal thoracic lymph node, pectoral lymph node. You can easily see apical lymph node, central lymph node. This is apical lymph node, central lymph node, they are the part of axillary lymph node. Okay, let's see the lymphatics draining the breast. We study this in two groups: superficial and deep. Superficial lymphatics drain skin of breast except nipple and areola, and the deep lymphatic drain parenchyma of breast and skin of nipple and areola also. Okay, a special type of plexus which present deep to the areola are known as a subareolar plexus of Sape. Okay, and how we will see that we already divided the breast into four quadrant. To then lymph from the upper lateral quadrant are or upper medial quadrant is mainly drained into the anterior axillary and the pectoral group of the lymph node, and lymph from the medial quadrant is both upper medial and the lower medial are mainly drained into the internal mammary lymph node, which is lie along the internal mammary artery, and the few lymph node from the lower lateral quadrant drain into the posterior intercostal lymph node. Lymph node from the lower medial quadrant pierce the anterior abdominal wall and communicate with the subdiaphragmatic and the subperitoneal lymph node, and lymph vessel from the deep surface of breast pierce the pectoralis major and clavipectoral fascia to drain into the apical group of axillary fascia node. Okay, you can easily see in this diagram. In this diagram, you can easily see that you can see upper quadrant, both lateral and medial, are drained into the axillary lymph node, and from its internal, from this it is drained into the internal mammary nodes, and from lower they are pierce the anterior abdominal wall and communicate with the subperitoneal and the subdiaphragmatic lymph node. Then the last topic of this is applied anatomy. Mainly this applied anatomy we see the breast cancer. Breast cancer is the most common type of cancer which is present in women. It make the presence of painless hard lump. Breast हमारा फिक्स हो जाता है and immobile. Why? Due to infiltration of suspensory ligament. सस्पेंसरी लिगामेंट का इनफिल्ट्रेशन हो जाता है, इसी कारण वो हमारा फिक्स और इमोबाइल हो जाता है, स्किन की रिट्रैक्शन हो जाती है, सेम ड्यू टू इनफिल्ट्रेशन ऑफ सस्पेंसरी लिगामेंट. रिट्रैक्शन ऑफ निपल हो जाती है, क्यों? इनफिल्ट्रेशन ऑफ सस्पेंसरी लिगामेंट एंड ऑल्सो द लैक्टिफेरस डक्ट की हमारे फाइब्रोसिस भी हो जाती है. एंड अ स्पेशल काइंड ऑफ अपीयरेंस ऑफ स्किन होती है जिसका नाम हमने दिया है पो डी ऑरेंज अपीयरेंस ऑफ स्किन. Second applied anatomy is gynecomastia, which we have already studied, the development of breast in the males at puberty stage. Polymastia means more than one breast development होती है at its milk line. Fourth type of applied anatomy is retracted nipple. Nipple fail to develop from endodermal pit. Then this is all about today's topic. Thank you.